So this happened whenever I was roughly about 15 years old. It was me and a couple of friends of mine. Where I used to live, we lived where the woods were kind of behind our house. And me and two friends of mine that I went to school with, sometimes we'd go out into the woods and we'd like to smoke some weed, just like normal high schooler kids would do. And when we were out there, I remember reaching in my pocket to grab the bowl. And after I pulled it out, I remember hearing a distinctive noise. And at the time, I didn't understand what it was. But we smoked, we hung out for a little bit out in the woods. We walked the trail back before it got dark, and we hung out. I think it was about 8 o'clock, going on 9 o'clock. I'd lived fairly close to a gas station, probably about a 10-15 minute walk, really easy. And they'd closed, I think, about 10 o'clock. And we were starting to get thirsty, and we didn't really have any soda in the house. We were like, well, I've got a little bit of money. Why don't we just go down there? We'll get us something to drink, and then we'll come back. And I started looking around because I didn't feel my wallet in my pocket, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not right. Come to realize, it hit me. That noise that I'd heard while we were out on the trail was the sound of my wallet hitting the grass. Well, it was around the fall time, September. So I just said, well, hey guys, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go get my wallet because I'm pretty sure I know where we dropped it. But you know, one way or another, they decided, hey, we'll just come with you. So me and my two buddies, I'm not gonna say their names just because I don't want to be saying people's names, smoking pot as kids. It's not their business. So we'd headed out into the woods, and shortly into the trail, there was kind of a split. The trail can go left or right. If it goes left, it kind of stays level ground. It's like a little plateau. Or you could go right and go up to a trail, and if you walk that trail a little bit, it's about a 30-foot embankment above where if you were to just go left. So as we were getting to that point, one of the friends was saying that they had to use the restroom, they had to take a leak. The other one, he was like, yeah, I kind of got to as well. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to push forward, and I'm just going to go grab my wallet because we're really close to where I dropped it. And as we were getting up there, they went to do their thing. I pushed off, and about a few minutes into walking that trail, I remember hearing something over the embankment, probably about a 30-foot drop of that embankment. I mean, just sheer drop. If you were on the lower half and you were to walk up to it and fall forward, you would catch yourself within probably about a foot. Very steep, very sheer. And I kept hearing something, and I thought it was maybe them, maybe they got lost. And then, in an instance, I heard something darted straight up that 30-foot sheer embankment. My heart sank. Because, mind you, I didn't have a phone that had a flashlight on it. I literally went to Google and took a screenshot of the white search bar because it was really bright, and I turned my brightness all the way up, and I was using the screen. And from what I had seen was this copper-toned fur, these two beautiful green marbles looking right at me. And before I could even, I was in shock. I was in disbelief. I was 15 at the time. I was terrified. It just let out the most blood-curdling noise. I was face to face with a mountain lion. And I just, without even thinking about it, I just tucked tail and ran. I know that wasn't the thing to do, but, instincts are instincts. My body just did that. Fight or flight, and I definitely didn't have any kind of capability of fighting that thing. My body was like, I'm just going to run. So my little fat self was running down that trail. I mean, my lungs were hurting. And I remember passing my friends, and I said, run, run. And we just darted out of there. And we got back to the house. I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the ground. My chest is in immense pain because, I was definitely out of shape. And I just looked at them. They were like, what's going on? What happened? And I said, I just seen the biggest cat of my life.